I haven't watched Pokemon besides the first season from the 90s. To watch this felt like a kid taking a time machine from 97 to 2021 in terms of Pokemon anime. As a result, this was an amusing experience. This episode is from Poketoon. Only 3 episodes are out and they're several months apart. They are short stories unrelated to each other. I watched this by accident out of curiosity after I noticed it on recent releases for English subtitles, and I thought it was amazing. It's a shame that it most likely won't go anywhere after this 13-minute episode. I believe it has something special and so much potential. It tells the beginning of Tsubomi's journey, the trainer who uses Nidoran, the one which attacks the Gengar in the beginning of Pokemon Red version. Or is it just a homage? She's a young girl who can't wait to start her Pokemon journey. Her character is very likable and not obnoxious or annoying as I was worried about. Right away, the animation and music is decent. Tsubomi herself has an army of adorable facial expressions. One complaint is the design of her father, however. It feels very unfitting and sometimes odd to look at. Tsubomi tries to prove to her mom that she's ready for her journey by being committed to her chores. Her mom thinks she isn't ready and says Tsubomi is too wrapped up in her own world. She isn't very supportive of her daughter's dream and even tells her that she can't do it because her father had failed too, or had failed in his own journey to become a champion. Her father seems to approve of Tsubomi going, but doesn't interfere as he wants the mother to reach acceptance on her own. Throughout the series, the Pokemon are for the most part from Red version, but you get to see a Dragapult at some point. Frustrated, Tsubomi decides to run away and just go ahead with her journey. She buys a massive amount of potions and Pokeballs and heads out into the forest. It's hilarious to see her fail every time and even panic and hide, like when she tried catching a Victory Bell and afterwards the pincer. Eventually, she sees a Nidoran eating in a tree and becomes horrified to see an Arbok about to attack and eat it. She uses her last Pokeball to stop Arbok, but it immediately comes out and attacks them both. She stands in front of Nidoran to protect it and prepares to take the attack for the Pokemon, but the Nidoran builds up enough courage to move forward and tackles the Arbok. The Arbok decides to retreat as a potential meal is giving it too hard a time. Tsubomi uses a potion on the injured Nidoran and bonds with it in the woods, but the parents, a Nidoqueen and Nidoking, find them and get upset, thinking it's a kidnapping. They run away, but this only leads the angry parents to the town. A spectacle starts, and the other kids try to defeat the parents with their own Pokemon. To stop the fighting, Tsubomi goes back home to her worried parents to try and convince her father's Charizard, Cherubi, to help her. Her dad says the Charizard won't listen to her since it's his Pokemon, but Cherubi sees something in Tsubomi's fiery and passionate eyes that makes him get up and help. She gets on Cherubi with the Nidoran and has the Charizard do a flamethrower and fire blast into the air to stop the fighting. She makes it to the parents and returns the Nidoran back to the Nidoking and the Nidoqueen. But the Nidoran by that point has bonded enough with Tsubomi to want to stay with her and returns. It's the story of not just a little girl setting out on her Pokemon journey, but also a Nidoran that becomes inspired enough to leave its parents and home to start its own journey as well. Her mother is impressed that Tsubomi de-escalated the conflict and sees that her daughter has not just a dream now but a partner as well, and decides Tsubomi can go. They all spend one more night together until the next day when Tsubomi leaves. They reveal that Tsubomi's father had lost his championship bracket match to her mother, and although the mother says she lost her chance too eventually, they both won in the sense that it gave them the chance to meet each other. At the end, the episode shows Tsubomi preparing to fight a Gengar in the woods. The 8-bit introduction music from Red version starts playing as they recreate the introduction of the game. Yeah, that was a really cool way to just honor the introduction of the Pokemon Red version. This is the story of the trainer that had the Nidoran, but it's only assumed. Overall, a very enjoyable experience. A shame that it ends here. I would have loved to see more of this one.